Hey everyone, it's Krista with Norwex. So I just want to hop on to share with you the science behind Norwex. So I think it's really important for everyone to know these facts and to understand how Norwex works, because that's how you have buy-in, right? So I think of myself as the biggest skeptic. When I heard that you could clean your house with just water, I was like, no way, ew, gross. So I'm a nurse, and safety and infection control are my two biggest things. And you know, I used to believe that you could only clean with bleach. So I was a true skeptic. And then I started learning the science behind it and completely changed my mind. So that's what I want to talk about. And then I'll also show you and talk about a few of the products from the Safe Haven line. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so Norwex, the mission is to improve the quality of life by radically reducing the chemicals in your home. There are 3 ways to clean. You have heat, thermal, so you want to think of like an autoclave or like your dishwasher getting really hot, things like that. And then you have chemicals, pretty self-explanatory. And then mechanical. So when you think of mechanical, you're thinking friction. So my best example of this is the norovirus. So have you ever heard of people going on the cruise and like there being an outbreak of norovirus? This is because norovirus is a fecal-borne spore. Okay, so basically people are ingesting other people's spores. And this happens because people don't wash their hands, or they don't wash them properly. So someone on the cruise will say is infected with norovirus. They go to the bathroom, and instead of washing their hands, they use hand sanitizer, which is in the bathrooms and all over the place on these ships. So hand sanitizer does nothing for norovirus. It doesn't kill it. It doesn't do anything. So basically, how norovirus works is it has to be cleaned on the hands with soap and water. It's not the soap or the water that's actually killing it. It is the mechanical friction knocking off the spores off your hands that actually rids your hands of the norovirus spore. So the person who didn't properly clean their hands has now gone to the salad bar, touched the tongs, and then you came behind them, touched the tongs, picked up their spore, and stuck it in your mouth. And you now have norovirus. Gross. But that's how it happens. So what makes our microfiber different? Okay, so our microfiber is 1/200th the size of a human hair. What exactly does that mean? So for a cloth to be considered microfiber on the market, it's got to be 1/6 of a human hair. The average cloth on the market is 1/100th of a human hair. So that's the difference of 6 hands, 100 hands, or 200 hands doing the job. I like to put it in this better terms. If your loved one went missing, would you want 6 people looking for them, 100 people looking for them, or 200 people looking for them? You want 200. That's why you want our cloth. So our cloth basically has all these hands, and it will pick up the bacteria, dirt, viruses, spores, fungus, and it's trapped inside that tubule, if you will, inside the cloth. And then you go rinse your cloth with water and hang it to dry. So when you think about, you know, like whoop-de-doo, right? Here's some microfiber. I bought it at Walmart. It's cheap. You know, I got like 10 or 20 of them for like $5. These are not the same. Remember I said they're probably 1/100th of a human hair. So I have a light, and I'm going to put it up here so you can just see how thin this cloth is. So you can see the light right through it. Ooh. I'm going to hold it up next to ours. So you can see me pressing into it. Now you can't even see the light where it's at. Can't see it because ours are so dense. If we unraveled this cloth, it would literally, if we put one end of the strand to the other end, it would go from Canada all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. Yes, 1,800 miles exactly. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So with proper care and use, it will kill up to 99% of bacteria, spores, fungus, viruses, and will last you at least 2 years. Yes. So what I also like about the product is, and why I figured I'll give it the go, is we have a money back guarantee. You have 60 days to try the product. If you don't like it, call and return it. Get your money back. And guys, I've never had to do that. I've loved almost everything. There's been like a product here or two that just wasn't for me, but that on another time. The reason why our products are so awesome is we're the only cloth, the only microfiber to have a patented backlock technology. What is backlock? Well, it's basically a fancy way of saying that it has microsilver antibacterial agents embedded in the cloth. And it's important that you understand why I say embedded. So it's literally embedded inside the microfiber fibers. So other cloths will advertise, this is paste, sorry, this is a Norwex paste. They will advertise that it's coated in silver. And the difference is we're not coated, because when something is coated and then you're doing manual friction, that coating will rub off and then it's no longer coated. And so therefore it's no longer being able to self-sanitize. So ours is embedded. We're the only one with that patent. So no other cloth will have it embedded. That's just us. Why is it important? Well, silver is a natural antimicrobial, and it inhibits bacterial odor, mold, and other mildew growth that will make your clothes stink, which means you get to do laundry less frequently. Woo-hoo. All right, so silver has been used for centuries. So for thousands and thousands of years, Greeks and Romans used to use silver to disinfect their food and the water. They used to stick coins in their food to preserve it. They also would use it to treat burns and wounds as dressings. So interestingly enough, today they still have dressings that they have silver embedded in them to prevent infection. I know, because I used to be in trauma surgery. And so back to the Greeks and Romans, Hippocrates used to drink a silver preparation to treat his gastric ulcers. Silver, I want to talk about the silver coins. In the 1900s, surgeons used to use silver to suture their wounds closed. Have you ever heard of born with a silver spoon in your mouth? Have you ever wondered where that came from? Well, people used to believe that if you ate with silver utensils, that it would help prevent you from getting disease. So, to understand the silver, I had to do further research, and this is where I got my buy-in. I totally had learned about colloidal silver. If you haven't heard about colloidal silver, you need to Google that and learn about it. It's awesome. So colloidal silver can be used for a lot of different health ailments. It was developed in the 1900s, and that's what they used to use to treat infections. So if you were sick with anything, you got colloidal silver. And they used that. It was very popular up until the 1960s when antibiotics were created. So think about that. In the 1950s, if you had a bladder infection, you're getting colloidal silver. You had a cold, you were getting colloidal silver. You had surgery, you're getting colloidal silver. Okay? All right, so silver is a broad spectrum antimicrobial. It's used for controlling and killing a wide variety of bacterial and fungal and viral pathogens. Silver is still used to this day in eye drops for newborns. So when you give birth to your baby, they're putting the eye ointment drop in your baby's eye. It's got silver in it. It's also still used in NASA today to clean the water for reuse for astronauts. And if you're wondering how exactly at the molecular level silver is working, the silver ions inactivate the bacteria, making it unable to reproduce or duplicate, inhibiting the bacteria's intercellular enzymes, which basically means its ability to digest. And then it goes after life-supporting functions by inhibiting it, using water as a catalyst. All right, so that's the science. All right, so I'm going to pause real quick because I'm going to pretend that I have a child and they've come over and draw all over my tile on my floor with a Sharpie. And if you're wondering, is that actually a Sharpie? It is a Sharpie. Sharpie! So I'm going to let this sit and dry for a little bit while we chat. All right, so my fun little facts here. In the United States, 500 million plastic straws are used daily. So at Norwex, we do have reusable, washable metal straws. I love them. I promise once you adopt using those, you'll never go back. 3,000 tons of paper towels I'm sorry, 3,000 tons of paper towel waste is created daily. To make 1 ton of paper towels, 17 trees are cut down. 85% of the contaminants that are brought into your home are brought in on the shoes within the first 4 steps of entering your house. That is crazy. We do have an awesome Norwex mat that goes, that I have it in front of all the entry points of my house, as well as in my RV. You should go onto YouTube and type in Norwex entry mat, and you'll see some videos where people have showed using a fluorescent powder how it takes off the bacteria off your shoes and prevents you from continuing to walk in and drag nasty bacteria into your house. It's a very cool video. You got to check it out and definitely get that mat. All right. So dust can contain up to 45 chemicals and stir up allergies and asthma. So with the chemicals and stuff that you bring into your house, if you didn't have asthma or allergies, you can develop it later in life. I was not born with asthma. I did not grow up with asthma. I've actually developed asthma in the last few years, and it's because of these chemicals in our community. The average household contains 62 toxic chemicals. More than 200 chemicals have been found in cord blood of newborns. I'm going to say that again. More than 200 chemicals have been found in the cord, as an umbilical cord, blood of a newborn. That's crazy. All right, so we're going to come back to that tile. So you're going to see it is nice and dry. I'm going to go like this so you can see it didn't come off. So then I'm going to take my Norwex microfiber. I have my paste. All right, guys, so I wetted the microfiber with some water and got some paste on there. You don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. And then I'm going to clean my marker off here. Can you imagine if this happened right before Thanksgiving when all the family's coming in? Oh my gosh, look at that. Save the day. Guys, I know people who have had, and I'll get that closer, you can see it's gone, that have had pieces of furniture that children have marked on with permanent marker, and they tried everything and couldn't get it off. And so then they tried the Norwex paste, took it right off. So we like to call this the elbow grease in a jar. And I like to say, if you have something that you don't know how to clean it, like you just can't get it clean with anything else, this is when you need to try this. It's almost kind of fun. You're like, what can I get clean with this? So I've cleaned all kinds of things. It cleans oven doors. Awesome! And in no time, it's crazy. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is in the Safe Haven 5, because there's 5 products, is I have some butter here. Butter! And I'm going to get some on my finger. Got some on my finger. Sorry, it was my middle finger. I totally did that. And then I got a mirror. And put all of the mirror. Take my finger off on it. So there's my mirror. Yuck! And I'm just going to take my EnviroCloth right here, and I'm going to clean it right in front of you while we chat. So the EnviroCloth, you wet it, clean it. It's already wet. And then you polish it. This is like its other half. Polish it with the polishing cloth. Good as new, gone. Beautiful. You can see my computer, haha. Okay, oh, my dog wants to come back in. All right, so I got a little butter on my table when you wipe that up. So the EnviroCloth, think of Enviro with an E, as in cleaning everything with it. This is what you wipe your kitchen down with. You clean your inside of your refrigerator with it. You clean everything with this. This is your all-inclusive everything microfiber. This is a polishing cloth, or they also call it a window cloth. So your window cloth you polish with. Clean your mirrors, polish your mirrors. Clean your refrigerator, polish your refrigerator. Okay. All right, next in the 5, We've talked about the EnviroCloth, the window polishing cloth, the paste. Now we're going to talk about the mitt. So here's the mitt. Hi. So the mitt, you can go like this to get a little bit of friction, and this will make a little bit of, this will help pick up the hair and dust with static electricity. This is great. Use it to polish your furniture, clean your blinds, your window screens inside and outside. You don't have to take those suckers down and spray them down anymore. Just use this. It's amazing. So you use this side. You can use the rubber brush from the mop system to knock off the dust into the trash can, and then go back and do some more. Go back and do that. You can flip it on over onto the other side and use it. Very versatile. This is great on cleaning tops of fans. Such a wonderful product. And then lastly is the detergent. So this is the powdered detergent. We have 3 types of detergents. We have the liquid, we have the strips, which is it comes in a square like this, and that's 2 pieces. It has a little dotted line where you would tear, and those would be per load. You can even cut one of the strips in half if you have a small load. So what's the difference? Because there is a little bit of price distinction between the liquid and the powder. The strips are nice for travel, or if you don't have a lot of space, like you have a college student, that's a great thing, product to have for them. It's also good to travel with, so I have them in my RV because I can carry a bunch of them and it's lightweight. Or if you're like going on a Disney trip or somewhere and you know that you're going to end up having to do laundry at the hotel, you can now pack a little bit of detergent with those laundry strips, because they're literally like a paper detergent that dissolves in the water, and there's no mess to your luggage. So the liquid is wonderful because, and it's a little bit more pricey, but it is wonderful because it has a enzyme in it that helps break down things like if you like workout clothes where you sweat a whole bunch. So that's really good to use with that because of the extra enzyme it contains. The powdered detergent is mostly what I use in my home. I love it. It comes with a scoop. Throw the scoop away. You don't need that scoop. Go on Amazon, order a teaspoon size scoop. That's all you need for this. You don't need that huge scoop. You can get away with half to 1 whole teaspoon of detergent for a large load of laundry. Guys, in that teaspoon, you can stick it in a bottle of water, 1 teaspoon in a bottle of water like this, and that's your all-inclusive cleaner for your house. That's what I use. I spray it on everything. I've used it on my floors. I've used it on my countertops. If I want to get fancy and not just use my EnviroCloth with water. So that's all I use in my house, all natural. So when you go on there, because I know people get confused. They're like, here you're sitting there spouting about how these chemicals are bad, and then we have these liquids that we're selling for like cleaners. So when you see our Norwex cleaners, they're enzymes. They are not bleach. They're not bad chemicals, okay? They're enzymes. Enzymes break down proteins, which is what a bacteria and mold and virus are. They're proteins, and these enzymes work as a catalyst, and they break them down and kill them, but it doesn't hurt you. That's the most important part. All right, guys, I hope you understood the science of it. If you have any questions about these items in the Safe Haven 5 or any of the things that I talked about, please let me know. All right, bye.